Und da ist das 1:0. Wunderschön.
En dat gebeurt dan nu.
Working out there along with Beraldo.
The Italians getting it together. The Brits sloppy once again. Beraldo, number 8, on the right side, puts it behind Martin Mackay for the first Italian goal of the game. Mackay unable to come up with that one. Italy on top.
Mallow taps that to the far side. All the way down the ice.
The Italians putting a couple of passes together. The Brits are still looking for the long passes. They're going to have to shorten them up and get closer together. They're playing good physical hockey, but in order to get any kind of an attack going at Rosati in the Italian goal, they really need closer give-and-go passes, not the long stuff.
Farah against Chitteroni. Farah gets it back, and Mackay just pounces on it. We'll do that again. The Italians changing their lineup there as Farah gets set for the face-off. Figliuzzi now goes into the circle. That's rattled off the boards to the far side of the rink, and the Italians pick it up in the neutral ice territory. Farah tries to make something happen just over the blue. Farah still hanging in there. A loose puck trying to get through to Farah, and that doesn't work. Pavlu head-manning it all the way down to Mackay. He gets the stick. The backhander behind the goal. Kellen tips it up on the boards, and these passes the British are putting together are not getting together. A drop pass there was not a good one for Farah. Cleared out of the zone. Kellen goes back deep. That pass worked. Up on the wing now to Cote. Cote lets the shot go. Rebound out front. Rosati was sloppy on that one. Loose puck now as Orlando goes down. Cranston gets on his back.
Tim Cranston never short of good hustle. A bit aggressive on this one. Puts the bear hug on Gates Orlando. The British know he's a guy they've got to watch. Cranston going to the penalty box for his tackling efforts. The Italians will have the power play. They usually have a pretty nice power play. Orlando and Zerillo will probably stay on the ice. They move the puck around nicely.
Danko, the referee, calling his second penalty of the game. The shot coming in was from DeAngelis, and that gets by DeAngelis all the way out into neutral ice territory. Back quickly. Teague rattles that to the far side, back to the blue line. The Italians set it up. The British go into the box. Orlando trying to get things going for the Italians as that comes out to Hand. He lets the shot go. Rosati steers it easily into the corner. DeAngelis. Hand trying to get the stick on it, gets back, and the Italians out of their own zone. Beraldo. And the referee is getting back into the thick of things.
Shannon Hope having a quick word with Mackay. Cranston still in the penalty box for Great Britain. Mackay trying to play the puck. Pavlu and Beraldo not far away from him as Hope was back there to help out.
Mackay behind the net when he grabbed that puck. And it's going to be another penalty. Mackay for grabbing that puck behind the goal. Frank Morris will sit for 2. Hang on. Scotty Morrison takes his place. Morris goes back on the ice.
Morris just got comfortable, had a quick word with Cranston, and Morrison pushes him out and takes his place.
5-on-3 situation now. Brabant, Farah, and Kellen are out there. Not a great pass as Farah picks it up, finds an opening, shoots it down the ice. The Italians with a little breakdown in communication there. A long time now with a 2-man advantage for the Italians as that goes into the corner. Kellen trying to get the bear hug on there as the Italians set it up. Long pass into the high slot area. DeAngelis back. Iovio moves into the corner. Iovio, the Canadian-born Italian, lets a shot go. Rebound comes out. Farah gets it and clears it out. Another whistle on the play, in this game is having difficulty getting started.
Quite a few North Americans on each team. You can clearly hear both teams as they yell at the referee.
Chris Kellen having a word with the linesman out there as the referee talks to a higher authority. During the Olympics, we had video replays of goal mouth incidents. I, for one, let my views be known several times that I didn't agree with it. The Italians are saying that that puck may have been a lot closer than everyone thought. But I feel if there's a goal judge, a referee, and 2 linesmen, and they've been doing the job for a long, long time, why not let them continue to do it? The game is all about human error, and when you take that away, you take away the fun. I know that national pride and a lot of money is involved, but it's been that way for a long time too. Let's take a look again.
Iovio's shot appeared to catch the inside of the post. The Italians were having a word with the referee. He has gone upstairs and now made his decision. He's snapping his helmet back up. The crowd seem happy with what he's decided.
The replay that they gave us from the Italian television crew didn't show anything at all, but if we'd had the one from above, we would have seen it, and I'm sure they looked at it. DeAngelis went in to swing at that, and the British continue to kill off the penalty. That comes out and goes back in again. The Italians going deep to pick up this long clearance. DeAngelis fires it away from Morris. Italy with this good crowd behind him, putting it up on the wing. A chance now. Goaltender a bit out of position there. Zerillo, what a striker, working with Topatig. Zerillo found the corner. Topatig.
Good move by Zerillo on Cooper. Zerillo carries on. Takes the shot. Mackay beaten for the 2nd time in the period. Just inside the post. They won't need a video on that one. Zerillo, Topatig, and Orlando, the big line for Italy.
Power play goal for the Italians. 2-0 now the score. Farah tries to get it back from the face-off, and he does. Cooper up to Morris, who taps it in. Rosati leaves that for Oberau. Oberau bangs it off the boards. Topatig lets it ride. The shot comes in. Farah trying to get it out front. Conway is there, muscling. Farah goes in hard, too. all the way back to the blue, and it's shot off the boards. Hope is way up there for Great Britain, and the clearance is made. Cooper, as we approach the 8-minute mark, working with Hope. Little pass up to Farah now. Farah, a chance for more. Shot right on the pads. And Orlando picks it up and doesn't get it out. Now the Italians come up. Orlando breaking down. This guy can motor. Orlando goes in. Scores again. That's number 3.
Zerillo first, Orlando second. The Italians on top by 3 already. Gates Orlando all the way down the ice. Pushes the puck ahead of himself on the forehand. Hope can't do anything with him. Mackay doesn't come up with the puck either, and the Italians are now totally in control of this game.
From the face-off, that goes back deep into Italian territory. Pavlu pumps it into the center. Cranston gets it all the way back onto the D. The Italians would like to really impress in front of this home crowd. They haven't been able to do it in this competition yet. Cranston working hard, gets that away from DeAngelis. That comes over to the near side. Penalty coming up. The trip on Longstaff. Comploy got the stick out, and Danko made the interference call.
Clearly an interference call. The Brits now with a power play need to get something going. They need a goal. They're down by 3. A goal will definitely lift their confidence. They need a break here. Comploy about 1.5 feet away from the referee as the ref made the call.
Power play for Great Britain now, and they're going to need something soon. Well, if you thought that Espen Knutsen had long hair, take a look at Rick Farah. They don't call him Shampoo, though. That comes back to Cooper. Cooper off the boards. Great Britain having problems controlling it. Cooper, a great job on the blue line, flips it in. Tapped away through the circle. That comes back. Hope into the corner. Cooper calls for it, gets way back at the blue, tees it up, lets the shot go. Ian Cooper picks himself up very slowly.
Ian Cooper being given a rough ride in front of the Italian net, trying to find a rebound or get a tip. He was quickly smeared right out of the play.
Alex Dampier behind the British bench. Brian Leffley behind the Italian bench. A couple of Canadians there coaching in Europe. 9:19 gone. The Italians have 1:30 left on their penalty. Britain not controlling those passes. Chidoroni coming back on the attack. Hit hard by Cooper. Good check into the boards by Stephen Cooper. Cooper fires it up onto the wing, and Britain coming back on the attack. The 2-line pass is called. And we'll have a change of personnel out there. Still a power play for Great Britain.
Very close call right at the blue line. It looked to me, Ian Cooper touching it on the other side of the center red line. The linesmen had already made their decision, a 2-line pass. I'm not sure about that one, but it doesn't matter what I think on that.
Farah goes after it. It's tapped all the way in, and Mallow leaves it for Farah. Farah looking for places to go. Backhands it up on the wing. That's dropped back, and the British, with less than a minute on the power play, 10 minutes gone on the period, fire it in. And we have another whistle as that one goes high. The British with not a lot of movement out there. They're going straight up and down the wings. These guys got to start curling, start skating hard the Italians are not going to be pushovers, as we can see.
Well, it's still early days, but the Italians were one of the teams that the Brits thought they'd have a shot against. They're quickly finding out the Italians are a step or two quicker than they are already. It all goes down to preparation. The British national team needs to be playing the likes of Italy, Sweden, Norway during the season and getting themselves prepared with a good schedule of games.
They haven't done that. The only A-pool team that they played against came from France, or were the French. Let's get it right. But it was a depleted French side. Played them twice, but none of the Rouen players were there, and most of the team have Rouen players out. Pushed away by Rosati. Score! Malo! Big shot from way back, and the British are talking to Danko.
Conway moving the puck down low. The Italians appear to have the play under control, but the puck is pushed away by Rosati. The shot is blasted by Andre Malo. The goal is in the net. There certainly didn't look like anything out of order on that one to me.
No one in the crease at all.
No goal called on the play.
Comploy sits in the penalty box still, and the British are robbed on that one.
The referee feeling it was off a skate apparently as he was pointing at Farah.
Malo still out there. 5 seconds on the power play. Loose puck just inside the blue. Comploy comes out on the ice, and Malo goes deep. Malo's pass goes up on the far side. Farah wants it, gets it. Morris trying to tip that one through. A break right up the middle now. The Italians coming up with Orlando. Orlando, nice little move on the backhand side. And Danko again is right there assessing the situation.
Bob Oberow gets in there quickly, the captain of the Italian team. Orlando shaking his head. The Slovakian ref is making a few very dodgy decisions here in the first period. Topatig breaks away, feeds it nicely to Orlando. Topatig takes his man out as he goes toward the goal. Kurtenbach goes sliding into the net.
Topatig is in the crease too. There goes Topatig before the shot.
Well, is he in there before or not? I don't know. I'm still going to question that one.
You've got my word on it. Well, they're going to talk about this one too. Here we go.
I don't know about this one, Paul. Just because we're joined at the hip, we do disagree from time to time. I don't know. I didn't think that Topatig was totally in there or even had a skate in there when the puck actually crossed the line. Orlando going in on the goal. Topatig has taken Kurtenbach down. Terry Kurtenbach is sliding by the play. Orlando is shooting now.
Topatig is in there. He's in and out.
There is the puck. It still isn't over the goal line. Now it's over the goal line.
We'll wait and see. Again, I do not like this. Make a decision, referee. You got a goal judge there. Come on.
Well, he just took one away from the Brits. This would level things up if it wasn't allowed to count.
Before that goal was disallowed on Malo's shot, I was talking about the preparation, or we were talking about the preparation. We were saying that the only A-pool nation they played was the French team, and it was a depleted side. The other teams were reasonable sides, but you really have to play against teams you're going to play against. There's no point playing against a make-up Dutch side or a team from Russia. You got to play against the Canadians, the Swedes, the French, the Norwegians, because they're going to be the teams that you're going to meet in the competition. You got to know what it's like when you're out there, and that's been the problem. The Brits have been out of their depth, even though they've played some very good hockey at times. They've still struggled because the pace is so very, very fast.
It is a lot faster pace. All the British players will tell you the same thing. My hat's off to these guys. They've gotten themselves together. They play on various teams throughout Great Britain. They've shown a lot of character, and their heart is really and truly into the game.
Well, that one's been disallowed too after a long, long time. Boy, if this keeps up, we're going to miss breakfast. Shannon Hope still having words with the official. Cote wants the face-off outside the zone. You're not too sure about that decision, are you?
No, I'm not.
You're going to leave it at that. Figliuzzi from the face-off. Gets right in there, tries to put the stick in. That's bumped along the boards, and the Brits bring it out. Back on the attack. Morris, Scott, Cote. Cote in the corner, right out front. Rosati swiped at that. That didn't happen. Kellen pumps it right back in, and Rosati has it. But look at the protection around him. A wall of blue jerseys.
Italian defensemen are really tough around the front of their own net. Oberal gets the stick around to make sure that Morrison doesn't go anywhere. Comploy is right there with him. Patrick Scott didn't get too close to the net.
Brabant steps into the face-off circle. The officials telling the Italians to get out as Iovio goes in quickly. Chin takes his man out of the play, but the puck squirts in the near side. Di Gaetano flips that out of the zone, and Great Britain come back on the attack. A flip all the way in. Rosati misjudged that. Whoa, we're seeing some weird and wonderful bounces off these boards, and that was one of them.
This game's off to a great start. Rosati thought he was doing the right thing to come out and help. The puck didn't quite make it to him behind the net, and he was scurrying to try and get it in front of the goal.
Defensemen, forwards love it when the goalies come out, slow down the puck, and put it nicely out from the board so they can just smoothly skate by, pick it up. But on that occasion, boy, it all went wrong.
It's a lot easier said than done.
Smacked back in. Chin along the boards. Brabant watches that fly away. Cooper calls for it. 12 minutes, 10 seconds gone. 3-0 the score, a couple of goals disqualified. This one is turning into a real interesting confrontation out there. The Italians looking with those long passes. Beraldo hammered by Hope. Hope still muscles in there. Cooper now, good pass up the middle. Great Britain with 3 players in neutralized territory. Chin trying to break through, almost worked. Taken out of the play at the edge of the circle. Back come the Italians. Cooper spins his man around, and Hope goes in to muscle as well. Beraldo eventually taken out of the play. Cooper got the puck up. Chin goes in, the shot. Oh, Rosati looked back, but he had it. Good save, but he didn't know he made a good save.
The more ice time Nick Chin gets, the better he's going to be. Ian Cooper feeding Nick Chin. Chin getting the shot away. Rosati, as you said, Paul, was unsure where the puck actually was. Good move by Nick Chin, a big kid. Puts the puck back onto the forehand. Rosati comes up big.
McEwen working with Cranston. Cranston tries to get the hook on it to slow it down. Kurtenbach misses that one. Zerillo shot, and that's deflected away. Mason getting back hard. Big hit. Cranston in there too. And the Italians now setting it up in the British zone. Some good stuff by Cranston. And the British are finally putting their game together. McEwen goes over the line, but that's taken deep in the corner, and the British come out to play a little defensive hockey. It'll tap up along the boards. Not a great pass. It goes all the way down the ice. Mason goes back for it. His pass up to Cranston is a good one. McEwen unable to hang on to that short pass. McEwen gets back in a hurry to break that up, and the British now turning with Kurtenbach. Slapped right back into Great Britain territory. The Italians and the British changing on the fly. Kurtenbach gets it out over his own zone. A long flip over to the far side. Oberau goes back, and we have another whistle on the play.
Face-off will come all the way back down into British territory.
Demp's talking to Cranston. Longstaff sitting alongside.
Pass thrown way ahead for Tony Hand. Had Tony collected the puck, he would have had a 1-on-3 opportunity. Not the greatest of chances for him.
Pavlu feeds that through, and Hand comes by to collect. O'Connor moving with him. That comes up to Scott. Scott winds up, takes the shot. Rosati looks around, doesn't like what he sees, and hangs on.
Scott Morrison dumped as he went toward the Italian goal. Italian defenseman not willing to give an inch.
A much better performance now from Great Britain as they settle into this game. Rosati being tested from all angles. Morrison gets that at the hash marks. Hand. Scott. Scott fires it back into the corner. Morrison is there. Morrison has room to move. Tries to get the second attempt. And it's still free. The referee right on the spot knew that that puck hadn't been held. Chitteroni tries to get it out. Feeds it right up to the blue line. A lot of space on the left wing. And here come the Italians. Iovio drops it back. Baraldo working out there nicely with Iovio. And Brabant now comes up. Brabant for Britain. Hits the red line. Fakes the shot. Tries to move through. That move did not work as Iovio got it out of the zone. Peppered all the way back into the corner. Right out front. Rosati had to be quick to get out there. Topatig picks it up. Gets it away from Chin. But Cooper gets it back. Di Gaetano for the Italians. Leaves it for Topatig. The Italians with a quick break right up the middle. Oh, that was very, very pretty indeed. Another good goal from Orlando. This guy has got a basket full of moves.
What a goal by Gates Orlando. The Montreal-born Italian who has been around various rinks in North America, has been in Italy for a number of years, a great goal scorer. He's worked on this one in practice before. Takes the puck on the forehand, one hand on the stick, the left hand that is, to the backhand side. What a move as he puts it around Martin Mackay.
Chris Kellen getting back just a little too late on the plate. Pass by Kellen is a good one. Farah leaves it there. Frank Morris tries to come in. This is much better. Conway unable to get the shot. Topatig steals it. Zerillo coming up quickly. Topatig moving in. Got the slice. Mackay pounces on it. Quick break by the Italians. Puts them right back on the offensive. Topatig and Zerillo like what they're doing out there.
Lucio Topatig, a real Italian out there, playing well with Zerillo and Orlando.
A real Italian.
Well, this guy is. He certainly is, and he works very hard all the time.
I know what you mean. Mackay has been beaten 4 times in this one as Figliuzzi gets set. Cranston told to get out. McEwen steps in. McEwen wins the draw. That comes back onto the D. Cooper gets it away to Hope. Hope with less than 4 minutes on the period. Up to Longstaff. It goes out of play. We'll have another face-off. Face-off will be in neutral ice territory.
Nice big banner in the crowd, Ferg, saying hello, Bopes and Fergie. I should think they could very well be the group of Slough Jet supporters that are in town. It's nice to see hello to everybody back in Slough.
Cranston tries to break that up as it comes up onto the right side. Figliuzzi, a little tap forward intended for Pavlu. That didn't work. Hope gets it up to McEwen. McEwen is dumped as he got right up to the blue line. Good check there, and the Italians now coming back. Sacratini, good pass, shot. Mackay looked around as that bounced away. Fijliuzi got in there. Good pass from McEwen. Loose puck. Hope has got it behind the net. Longstaff broke in on the far side. Hope is hit. And the puck is frozen along the boards. No one really wants to give an inch out there. Comploy goes through the acrobatics.
Italian player down, Comploy. Caught one in the face. He's getting up slowly. Shannon Hope had Comploy all tied up. Hope got the stick up a bit high. Comploy went down in a hurry. Sure, he got a telephone number on that one as Hope goes to the penalty box for high sticking.
Lefley having words with Comploy and Oberau on the bench. Tony Hand goes out to kill off this penalty. Malo back on the defensive, goes up to the blue line and flips it deep. DeAngelis. Final 3 minutes of the period. DeAngelis for Italy being chased by Hand. He gets rid of it in a hurry, and back come the Italians. Iovio and Beraldo breaking onto that blue line.
Emilio Iovio, one extra move right at the blue line. Beraldo a stride ahead of him.
Offside called. And the faceoff will come out of the zone with Chitteroni doing the honors for the Italians. That's popped away, and Italy pick up the puck. DeAngelis, who's spending a lot of time on the ice, gives it away to Frank Morris. Morris tries to dipsy-doodle around him. That doesn't work. Chitteroni is back to pick up the puck. DeAngelis took the man. Clever basic hockey by the Italians. Nice little pass. Morris goes after his man as Malo gets deep. Malo rockets that around, and it's picked up by the Italians. Beraldo pumps it right back in. Almost stopped at the blue, but that doesn't happen. Hand waits for a little support. Pass over to Malo. Malo will hang on to this in the corner as long as he can. Eventually he gets rid of it. And DeAngelis with the long pass. That's breaking up center. Hope gets back. Beraldo was right in there. The defenseman DeAngelis is really firing those passes up, threading the eye of the needle. The Italians have done this before. Curcelli right into center ice. High flip, comes down in the corner. Kurtenbach slices that away from Topatig. Rosati way out of his net as Oberau picks it up. The clock ticking down. Oberau, good pass up into neutralized territory for Orlando. And Brabant picks it up. Up on the wing. Kurtenbach. Big shot, but good skate save, good pad save by the goaltender, Zerillo. Zerillo missing that near corner as he kept it on the ice. Hope is back on the ice. And the Italians still keep it in with Curcelli. Curcelli doing a great job along the boards. That comes up, and Cooper has the duck as it goes high down the ice. Well, the Italians are looking fast and they're looking sharp. They're throwing those long passes together, but they're also making the short ones work. They're mixing up their game plan, and it's working for them right now. They lead Great Britain 4-0.
The line combinations are working well. Iovio's line and Zerillo's line both doing a good job. The Brits don't look as organized. They really got to get a little bit more commitment into their game. They have killed the penalty off to Hope. It'd be nice if they could pull one back before the end of the period.
Fijliuzi against Farah. The Italians with DeAngelis. Good pass over to the far side. The shot coming in, took a deflection, another shot, and Mackay comes up with it. Kellen mixes it up in front. Pavlu now steps in. Fijliuzi and Kellen were the first two players to have a go at each other. Now everyone wants to see what wants to grab and clutch out there. Let's watch this again.
Puck held in at the blue line. The shot goes toward Martin Mackay. Fijliuzi's all by himself. Kellen should have been on the other side of him to begin with. The play is long over now, and Kellen decides he's going to cover his man.
Everyone watching the puck. When you're back on the D, you got to watch the man in front. You pick him up and you glue yourself to him. If you have to, you take him home.
Kellen sitting in the penalty box for Great Britain.
Figliuzzi really did impress during the Olympics. He came on to the national team with a real storm. He sits there too. Frank Morris lets a shot go, and that's wide of the target. Bounces over to the far side, and it's pushed away. 20 seconds on the period. A long shot again. Rosati will pick these off all day. Chidoroni just gets it out of the zone. Hope is back. A couple of seconds now. Long shot. That's deflected away. There goes the buzzer. 20 minutes of hockey. And the Italians have a 4-0 lead. Beraldo, Zerillo, and two by Gates Orlando, number 17, who seems to get better as he gets older. 31 years old, and he's not slowing down at all, is he? The guy's got style.
Great goal scorer, always has his head up, and he plays so nicely with Bruno Zerillo. We've seen these two guys together for years.
So it's back to the drawing board for Great Britain. We saw flashes of good hockey out there from them. They tested Rosati on several occasions, but they still haven't been able to come up with a goal. They were beaten in their first game 12-3 by Russia, and then 4-0 by the Germans. The Italians lost to the Canadians 4-1, and then the Russians beat them 7-0. It's a tough old grind, this competition, and Great Britain are finding out the hard way. Confirmation of the score. Let's say that you're Dampier and you're in the dressing room now. What's the game plan? You got a couple of seconds. Tell me about it.
They need to get together better, shorter passes, push the puck into the zone. When they do dump it in, they've got to get guys going harder for it. They're allowing the Italians to walk out easily.
We'll see if they do just that. We're going to take a break now, but we'll be back. Stay with us. This is live on Eurosport.
Skoda, the official main sponsor of the Ice Hockey World Championship 1994.
Welcome back to World Championship Ice Hockey on Eurosport. The teams are taking a break between the periods. Let's take a look at a game played this afternoon. It was live on Eurosport. A great start for Norway as they took on the might of the Finns. Dahlstrom got the pass from Olsen, and that was the first goal. Unfortunately for Norway, it was their only goal.
Norwegians came out quick against the Americans as well. Fired 2 goals into the net against the U.S. We're leading 2-0 at the end of the first period and then got beat 7-2. It was much the same against the Finns. The Norwegians started out strong but ran out of steam.
Koivu with a nifty little move to beat Skistad. Lettinen, number 20, kicked the puck over to him. The poke check was there. The goaltender had to commit himself on that. And as he came out, Koivu made a nice move, as I said. Watch this.
3 Norwegians getting caught into the circle on the face-off. Koivu walked right through to the goal.
Norway threatened, but then things went the other way quickly. Kapanen in the second period picked up his first goal of the game. That made it 2-1.
Helminen, Kapanen, Curry playing very well together. Kapanen, a very speedy forward, shows that he can get the shots away in a hurry as well. Helminen feeds the puck across to the left side. Kapanen controls it, then lets it ride. A nice goal for him.
Another power play situation. Hämäläinen takes a shot. Lettinen takes the shot. And then Nieminen eventually gets the goal.
Strongberg staying back at the blue line. The other 4 Finns all having a hand in the goal. The puck moved back to Hämäläinen, who stepped in from the blue line. He shoots. Lettinen's there. Niemanen's there. And the Finns are off and running.
3-1 now the score. Anderson, a big hit for Norway, but he puts himself out of position. Jari Kurri drops it back. Kapanen picks up his second goal of the game, and that's the 4th goal for Finland.
Again, a good quick shot by Kapanen, number 24. 3 second period goals by Finland. Player of the game, Kapanen, with his second one of the period.
Hämäläinen, one of my stars of the game, played a great defensive game, and he also played an excellent offensive game. Stromberg, again, a power play situation on one side. Watch Hämäläinen creeping in from the blue on the far side. Good pass over. And it's number 5 for Finland. Keskinen really did play heads-up hockey there.
Again, the Finns not wasting any time getting the shot off. Hämäläinen, the left-handed defenseman on the right side, gets the pass from Keskinen, lets it go, and Skistad is beaten.
That's the way it ended up, 5-1. It started well for Norway, then it was all Finland. The Norwegians, as we said so many times during the game, just did not have the depth to go the distance. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with live action from Italy in a moment.
Skoda, the official main sponsor of the Ice Hockey World Championship 1994.
Eurosport Live.
Welcome back. We are live. Bolzano. The Italians are leading Great Britain 4-0. An excellent period for the Italians. A couple of quick breaks. They're throwing their weight around. The Italians are a lot faster. The passes are connecting, and the British have to make it a lot more simpler than they are. They've got to get the simple passes. They've got to start picking up their guys in front of the net, that's for sure.
They do need to be a little more physical around the front of their own goal without being too critical. I think a couple of the Italian goals weren't real difficult goals. Mackay probably would like to have had another chance at them. One nice goal on the breakaway scored by Orlando, though. You can't take that away from the guy. Both teams had a goal disallowed during the period that I'm still not convinced either goal should have been disallowed. It didn't appear to me as though the puck was directed deliberately off the skate of the British player. And I'm not so sure that the puck was over the goal line when Topatig went through the crease. I think that was after the fact as well. Oh, well, the score stands at 4-0. The Brits have just got to get one on the board, get a couple of breaks for themselves to get back into this game.
Danko at center ice, calling the teams together. Earlier on today, the Austrians were beaten by the Russians 4-1. And as we just saw a moment ago, the Finns came out flying and beat Norway 5-1. The Finns really do look like they're going to be there in that final game. But the Americans and the Canadians and the Russians, the Czechs, are all going to have something to say about that. Let's not forget the Swedes, which I'll get letters from Sweden. But I feel that the Swedes are not as strong as they were a couple of months ago. But the Swedes are sleepers, like the Czechs. And sometimes the Finns, they play that pool hall hustle that we talked about during the Olympics. They just win enough to get into the Final Four, and they seem to arrange it so they almost play the weakest team. They pick up their game, they win it. Next thing you know, they're in the final, and they're walking away with a medal.
The Swedes tend to get stronger as the tournament goes on. It's the Finns that have got to worry a little bit. Their pass usually gets them through to the second round, and it's there where they fall apart.
Fijliuzi, Kellen in the penalty box. because of their goal-mouth confrontation.
1 minute and 27 seconds left on the penalties to each of those two players.
Orlando against Brabant. That's tapped all the way down. Rosati gets his first touch of the period. We are live on Eurosport, and we're going to stay with this game right to the very end. The Italians trying to work it out. Cooper getting up quickly with a big hit. I really like the way Cooper and Chin, two of the real British kids on the team, have been throwing their weight around. These guys are teaching one or two of the bigger boys a lesson out there. Conway throws it up onto the left wing. Conway looking for the return pass. That doesn't happen. He has to go back and dig it out himself. Brabant. Good move by Brabant. Goes up to the blue line. Hope is with him. That's tipped all the way in. No one back there to get it. And DeAngelis takes it up quickly. DeAngelis has got speed. He's the one who's been laying on all the good passes. Iovio going through with the backhand. Kicked right out in front. And Morris took it right back into the pack. Topatig and DeAngelis were right there. Farah now with a little room to move. Farah trying to get through. Good move by Farah. Rosati goes down. Rosati makes sure he keeps his glove on that in the crease as Frank Morris came piling in, but the Italians got back in a hurry.
Great individual effort by Rick Farah taking on the Italian defenseman. Good cheeky little move going onto the backhand side. Farah stays with it. Displays great balance as he actually gets a shot away. Curcelli trying to take him out. Rosati had to make the save.
Farah stays out there as that goes on to the wing. Chitteroni is chopped down. The Brits keep it in. Farah working. Fired in. Rosati made the save. Just barely. Both teams are back at full strength now. 1:30 gone on the first period, or second period rather. Chitteroni slams on the brakes. McEwen is there. His pass into neutral ice territory is a good one. Morris comes up now. Morris looking for places to go. Excellent defensive stuff there by Di Gaetano to get it back. His pass goes through the pack, and Great Britain shoot it right back into the zone. The Brits giving away the puck perhaps when they really don't need to. Chitteroni drops it back, keeping it in the zone along the blue, and the Italians setting it up from beside the net. Kellen picks it up and just taps it along the boards. Long pass, and again we see these long passes that aren't connecting. Morris going in on the right side.
That's a classic example, Paul. Frank Morris had been on the ice a long time. He's on the right wing. He needed a change. The long pass was thrown to him rather than a short pass to Scotty Morrison, who was wide open, 10 feet ahead on the left side. That's where the pass should have gone. It's easy to say when you're in the commentary booth, but it's a simple game. Do the simple little things right.
It's not easy to say.
Like speak correctly and you'll be all right. Just keep it simple. Go with the short passes.
And small words. Figliuzzi gets it back, and that bounces away. The shot doesn't come in. And Great Britain with Tony Hand going back and then coming out of the zone. Morrison fires it back. The return pass to Scott Morrison. Up to Hand. This is nice stuff. Shot right on the target. Short passes working there. Hand, Morrison going down the right side.
That's all it takes. Morrison going for the short side. Rosati was there. Right at the top of the circle, Morrison lets it go. Rosati had a clear view of the puck and was able to hold on.
Morrison going for the short side. Face-off with Morrison still on the ice. Figliuzzi is kicked out of the circle. Figliuzzi working hard. Another face-off on the plate. Oberau skates through the circle to have a word or two. Maury Hansen is now between the pipes. Hansen, a Scotsman. a chef when he's not playing hockey. Gets his first look at A-pool hockey. McCrone was in the first game, McCoy in the second, and in the first period of this one, now it's Hansen. A 2-on-1 situation, shot coming in upstairs, a blast by Pavlu, the Czech-born Italian. That rocketed high. Morrison, long pass to the far side. Tipped off for Morrison, and that goes into neutral ice territory as Comploy mixes it up just a little. Hand steps in between everybody out there.
Morrison giving Comploy a rough ride along the boards. Morrison legging it right to the bench. You can see on the replay. Didn't quite look that way on the original play, but Scotty, not foolish, goes right to the bench. Let Comploy get my number and try and catch me later. Morrison wanted a drink of water.
Brabant against Orlando. Topateague gets a stick on it. Orlando grabs it. Orlando, Topateague. Topateague is dumped, but it's kept into the zone. DeAngelis shoots it right in front. A bouncing puck. And eventually shot away as Cooper goes up and flips it high into the zone. Brabant going in. Brabant taken out of the play. Two Great Britain forwards in the corner. A high flip, and that goes past Kellen, and Brabant gets back at the blue line. Good move by Brabant. He's showing good stuff. Long shot. Rosati comes out and makes the save. Orlando drops it back. Cooper stays on him. Topateague is there now. Topateague still hanging on to that puck. DeAngelis to the far side. Backhand. Hansen makes the save. Zerillo was cruising in there, and this line of Topateague, Orlando, and Zerillo is causing all sorts of problems for Great Britain.
An interference penalty being issued on the play. DeAngelis letting it go from the blue line. Kellen had smothered Gates Orlando in the slot. Zerillo actually got a shot away on Maury Hansen. The puck was touched by the Brits, and they will be called for interference.
Chris Kellen sits in the penalty box for Hansen. Oberau shot. Hansen got a piece of that. Hope lost control in the corner. The Italians pick it up. Oberau quickly gets it along the blue line. Farah goes after his man as that's tipped into the corner. Conway looking at a loose puck. Chitteroni trying to freeze it up. He's lost his stick.
Another Italian player losing a helmet. Face-off will stay in British territory. Chitteroni snapping the lid back on. The Italians with a man advantage.
A lot of Italian support. Beraldo, one of the new players to the Italian national team, really has impressed. He's working well with Iovio. We've seen Iovio go quiet. We saw him go quiet in the last World Championships, but now he's playing some good hockey. He's got Beraldo to work with.
Hope in the box for his action on Chitteroni. It's a 5-on-3 for the Italians.
Oberau having problems. Good stuff by McEwen. McEwen comes up, fakes the first shot. McEwen rags it for a while and then gets it deep into the zone. Great Britain doing a great job at killing off these penalties. Morris finds an opening, puts it up to McEwen, and McEwen, for a moment, thought he was away.
Doug McEwen, one of the hardest working players in Great Britain, doing an excellent job taking the whole Italian team on there for a few seconds. Good work from McEwen. He's ahead of the pass here. It was over two lines.
The Brits are back in town. Hi, Bope and Ferg. Thank you very much. Hand, as that goes all the way into the corner. Scott goes after it. Flip back to the blue. DeAngelis got the big shot. Lets it go upstairs. Deflected away. Orlando trying to get a touch on it. That goes into the corner now for Topateague. Topateague back to the blue. A lot of time for Curcelli. Curcelli to DeAngelis to the side of the net. Hansen goes down, and that goes upstairs. Topateague.
Good pass work from the Italians. Their 5th goal of the game. Topateague putting it upstairs. The Brits short-handed. Some good work. Curcelli, DeAngelis, Zerillo. Zerillo stumbles but pushes the puck across. Topateague is right there. The puck stays right up in the top of the netting.
(5-0) the score now. And the penalties are killing Great Britain. They have had 2 power play goals scored against them. They're going to have to stay out of the penalty box. A long pass up onto the wing. The Italians back onto the attack. Figliuzzi runs into trouble at the blue line. Cranston putting the check on him. Still a power play for 25 seconds out there. Curtin back. Can't get it out. Oberau shoots it back in again. Curtin back goes in after his man picked up by Mallow. Shot all the way down the ice. 10 seconds now on the power play. 6:25 gone on the second period. 5-0 the score. Marchetti. Long shot is high. Wicked bounce off the boards. Pope comes back. Curtin back. Shoots it all the way down the ice.
Not a good pass to Farah. He couldn't come up with that one, icing the call.
Beraldo, Zerillo, Orlando, and Topateague have put the puck in the British net. That comes back, shot comes in, and Hansen got a piece of that as it squirts away to Conway. Conway gets it up on the wing, and Great Britain coming back now. Morris, Conway. Morris and Conway. Another penalty coming up. Hooking is the call.
Danko, the referee, making the hooking call clear to the timekeeper. Conway goes over after the puck. 24, Chitteroni spun around on the play. Conway being called for hooking. That one looked pretty mild to me, Paul.
I agree with you. Okay, I agree with you. Going in on the corner is Morris. Morris and Farah got another penalty coming up. It's going against the Great Britain side as Chitteroni comes down. Chitteroni waiting for support, tries to get it out front. Some good stuff as the Brits get back. O'Connor ties his man up. The shot comes in.
I don't know what the Italians are doing. Why don't they give the puck to the Brits?
Exactly. Let them touch it, and they'll have a 2-man advantage out there. I guess they thought they had the momentum. Things continue to get physical after the whistle blows.
Good work from Morris, but he carried through a little bit too far as he threw a punch into the face of Pavlu. The Italians let the play go on for quite a while. You would have thought they would have given it immediately to the Brits, let them touch it and take the 2-man advantage.
Morris was manhandled as he went into the corner.
Couple of calls being made. Morris goes to the box for his roughing call. He's being joined by a few people, cross-checking the call twice from Danko, the Slovakian ref.
The Italians are still talking to the officials about this call. And eventually they sort it out.
Beraldo in the box for cross-checking. Morris for roughing. Conway is still in there for Great Britain for hooking. 4-on-3.
That'll make it a little more respectable out there, but the British are going to have to stay out of the penalty box, as we said earlier on. It's tough enough to play at this level when you're playing full strength, but when you got to play with 1-2 men in the penalty box, boy, that can smart. The official explaining what's happening with the clock. Coming up to 7:45.
He went back over to make sure they had 4 minutes on the clock for Morris. He got 2 for cross-checking and 2 for roughing.
Tapati gunning for the top of the net. Almost got away with it. And now they settle down. DeAngelis puts it over. DeAngelis back in the high slot area. DeAngelis again directing traffic out there. The Italians looking very, very sharp indeed. No pressure on them at all as the British try to keep that triangle going. 4-on-3 as the big forward Tapati moves in front. Orlando picks it up. Orlando fans on the pass back, but DeAngelis picks it up and gets it right back. Pass to the far side is deflected away. Tapati loses out to Brabant. Brabant trying to bring it along the boards rather, and Curcelli keeps it in. Orlando hangs on to that. All the way deep, Curcelli, DeAngelis from the side, Orlando back. Great play from the Italians. Curcelli setting it up and then getting it back.
Orlando so patient. Is he going to shoot? Is he going to pass? Nobody on the ice knew. Only Gates Orlando knew what he wanted to do. He came right to the front of the goal, threw it over to Curcelli, who walked right into it. A power play goal. 4-on-3 situation favoring Italy. Curcelli has the 6th Italian goal of the game.
Excellent stuff from Orlando, Tapati, Curcelli, and DeAngelis. Figliuzzi gets it back. 6-0. Kellen. Hope. Long pass up the middle, and Figliuzzi gets back on Farah. Passes that off. 25 seconds on the Italian penalty. 2:24 on the British penalty. Batted away, and Farah took a swipe at it. Comes out into neutralized territory. Long clearance across the rink by Marchetti. 9.5 minutes gone on the period. The Italians are back at full strength now as Marchetti goes up on the left side. Hope gets back.
Beraldo out of the box. The Italians have a full 2-minute power play now as Morris is still in there for Great Britain.
Beraldo deep. Figliuzzi circles. The Italians coming forward through the neutral ice zone. Cranston going back. Hope is there along with Kellen. Beraldo stays with it. Iovio is right beside him. 8 and 9 doing a good job of putting on the pressure. Cranston goes into the corner. Iovio tries to get it back, and that goes a little too far. Rosati lays it off, and the Italians again. This time it's Marchetti. The loose puck is picked up, and Britain shooting it down the ice. Continue to do a good job killing off this penalty. Morrison, Scott, back to Morrison. This is better from them. Right in front, the one-timer comes, that's in the net! Cote came up big, and then Scott was right there to finish it off.
Well, the Brits have got to take chances. That's exactly what Matt Cote did, and he made it pay off for Great Britain. Scott Morrison with an excellent job killing the penalty. Yes, the Brits are short-handed on this one, Cote comes in from his defensive spot. Right there to react quickly is Patrick Scott, and he has a lovely goal for Great Britain. Rosati with the initial save off Cote. There's Patrick Scott. The Brits are finally on the scoreboard.
Second goal of the competition for Patrick Scott. Good stuff from Matt Cote to get it working out there. Hansen comes out. Long pass up on the wing. Cooper, good pass to the far side. Great Britain now throwing the passes together, looking a lot more confident as McEwen goes down. Hand is in there. And Tompa Teague is standing by for good measure with DeAngelis.
McEwen going back off the ice. A good hard shift, a quick shift. That's exactly what they should do. On the ice for 30, 40 seconds and then right back off. McEwen tied up all the way down along the boards, being taken out by DeAngelis.
Face off deep in Italian territory with Figliuzzi getting set for this one. Brabant takes his time to get into the circle and get ready. The Italians win the draw. Figliuzzi with 20 seconds on the power play, hits the red line, floats that into the corner. All the way out front is Tony. Loose puck is gathered at the back of the net, and the Italians now working from way back at the blue. Marchetti calling for it. Morris gets back on the ice. Comploy wanted it right out front. Oh, Figliuzzi. No one there to pick him up.
Congratulations all the way around from the Italians. Pavlu, Figliuzzi working nice together. Sacratini gives the high five. Sacratini brought in to replace Mansi, who had to go home through a death in the family. Figliuzzi all alone in front of the goal. The Italians back on top by 6.
No one else back there. O'Connor went after his man in the corner. And the front of the net was left wide open.
Not a lot Hansen could do with that one.
Oberau rattles that off the backboards. Brits going in hard with Scott trying to set that free. Curtin back muscles the shot. Scott let it fly, and Rosati comes up with the save. A lot of British support up in the rafters there, looking for better things from their team.
Sacratini stays on the ice. We were told that, as I mentioned, he was an addition to the team. Montreal-born Italian, has seen ice for the national team before.
Bouncing puck. And Ramoser goes up on the far side. The shot just wide of the target. Oberau bangs that over the blue, and that gets away from everyone. Hand couldn't get a handle on it. Kurtenbach drags his man down. A lot of clutching and grabbing as Mason goes in. That goes off his stick. And it's just laid out into neutralized territory. Ramoser went after his man, and Great Britain shooting it in. Curcelli bangs it up along the boards. Kurtenbach with Morrison muscling along the boards. Morrison trying to kick it free. Rugnoli gets a stick on it. And eventually that comes out with Ramoser still gunning for it with Sacratini. Ramoser now comes up. Hard work paying off. Back. Sacratini trying to set things up with Ramoser. That just failed to click. Hand in the corner. Sacratini loses out to Farah. Farah looked around for support, and next thing he knew, the puck was chopped away.
Coach Leffley using his bench now. Brignoli, Sacratini, and Ramoser, the checking line for Italy, getting some ice time.
These guys really impressed us during the Olympics, and I'm surprised it's taken them so long to put them out there during this World Championships in Italy.
You're exactly right, Paul. They do play good hockey.
They're hungry. That's the key. 13.5 minutes. Beraldo shoots that in beyond Conway. Kurtenbach Pass up on the left wing. Icing is the call.
Morris unable to catch up with that one. The face-off will come back down into British territory. The puck going off the boards. The puck boards are very lively in this rink.
Face-off deep in British territory. That comes back to the blue line. The shot in. Goaltender gets a blocker to that, and it's cleared away into the zone. Cranston going after it. And the Italians are making full use of the ice out there. Cote, one of the more physical guys on the team, ties up his man. Cranston allowed to pick out the puck. Cranston couldn't get by. Number 24, Marchetti, or Chitteroni rather, and that almost cost him a goal. McEwen setting it up with Cranston trying to work through. 1, 2, 3 Italians back, and the Italians playing some good defensive hockey. Iovio now comes up. Iovio hasn't got a lot of support, and he's driven out of the play by Longstaff. Longstaff and Iovio still down on the ice. Now they get it back together, and we have a whistle on the play.
Iovio brought down by Longstaff. Emilio Iovio trying to cut back in. Longstaff putting the grab on him. Very obvious penalty, an easy one for referee Danko. Longstaff will sit for 2 minutes.
Three power play goals for the Italians. 7 goals scored in all. It just makes hard work for you. Topatig, Orlando, and Zurillo are out there. These guys are hungry for points tonight. Di Gaetano lets the shot go. Hansen hangs on to that and forces the face-off. Topatig right there, as we've seen him so many times before in this game.
Di Gaetano from the blue line. The Italians trying to get to the front of the British goal. Hansen able to hold on before Topatig got in there.
Orlando against Morrison. Morrison, if he looks up, we'll find out that he's not going to be there for very long. Hope. Orlando kicks it back. Di Gaetano looks on the right, eventually just taps it right through. Orlando.
You can hear the puck hitting the sticks very quickly. Puck the stick, it's released, puck the stick one more time, and Orillo bangs it into the goal. Di Gaetano, Zurillo, Orlando, goal number 8. Power play goal for Italy. Longstaff out of the box now.
That's the hat trick for Orlando.
4 power play goals now for Italy.
I wonder if that message will get back to the British bench. Big hit there on Marchetti. Did the Italians come up with the puck? Perfectly positioned back there. Just as that puck came off the boards, Brignoli with Sacchettini and Ramoser back on the ice. These guys make things happen out there. Scott trickles that to the far side. Return pass to Scott as he comes out through the circle. Scott is allowed to move a little way. A long pass to Hand. And again, we see these long passes.
Rather than make that long pass, take the 2 extra strides and get the center, throw it in and let Tony Hand go and get it.
They're making the passes just before the center red line. If they don't click like that one didn't click, then it's an icing call. It's back in your zone. And you got to start deep. 8-1 the score. We're just in the second period now, live on Eurosport. The Italians running away with this one. Brabant told to get out. O'Connor getting set against Sacchettini. O'Connor tries to kick that through. Cooper, one hand on the stick, unable to tap it back into the corner. The Italians getting out of the zone to avoid the offside. Great Britain now coming up on the right side. The pass batted down. O'Connor flips it to the far side. High pass, long pass is a two-liner. And again, they go for that long pass. I guess I'm just going to be quiet and let them do what they want to do out there. But you can see this one coming. Long pass over two lines. The idea was right, but why not go for the short pass? Brabant was cutting through. He was clear. Peter Johnson on the left. Alex Dampier on the right. Talking things over. Brian Leffley in the other shot you saw, looking very cool. He knows he's in control. Less than 4 minutes on the period. We've always said it's easier to call a game from the commentary position. Brabant lost control of that. And that's what we're doing. But a lot of the things we feel are very, very obvious should be seen out there. The British getting in now. The shot. Rosati coming up with it. Mallow got a piece of it and sent it sailing in. Trapped along the boards. The Italians coming back quickly now. Brugnoli looking for space. Drops it back. Cooper picks it up. Cooper looking for places to go. Stick handling. And then flips it high. Brugnoli. Look at the way the Italians get rid of the puck quickly. Pavlu. The British game is a whole lot different than this one. Guys like Mallow, who have the puck now, could hang on to it for a long time, whereas it doesn't happen at this level. If you watch these guys, they'll usually get rid of it right after they get it, if they can find someone open. Kurtenbach breaking up nicely. The British now with three players in neutral ice territory. A bouncing puck. Rosati feeds it over. DeAngelis gets it out of harm's way. Top of the circle. Figliuzzi picks up a burst of speed. Figliuzzi trying to lay it onto the wing, and that was a bouncing puck for Pavlu. Had trouble controlling that. Pavlu dumps it back into the corner. And the Italians working it out with Pavlu and Figliuzzi, and eventually they get it back to DeAngelis. DeAngelis again on the far side of the rink. The Italians changing, the British are changing. Coming up quickly, a 3-on-2 situation. Pavlu let the shot go, and that missed the far post. All the way back to the blue. Mason now along the boards. The pass by Longstaff is not a good one. Kurtenbach takes his man out, but it bobbles right back to the blue. Mason icing the puck.
The pass nowhere near McEwen, who was trying to get a couple of steps on the Italian defenseman. Icing is the call. McEwen will stay out there. The Brits will have to try it again. Less than 2 minutes to play in the second period. They're trailing 8-1 right now.
Kellen throws that into the corner. No one there to pick it up. Iovio goes in hard. Chitteroni goes even harder along the boards, and the Italians playing some defensive hockey in the neutral zone. Cranston well offside as Kellen hit the blue line. Cranston was about a stride. Watch this again.
Cranston looking to get through. The pass could have come a little bit quicker. He had a little bit of space. The Italian winger was quite a ways outside of Tim Cranston. Had the puck come to him earlier, he might have had a shot for himself.
Chitteroni unable to drag that one back. Oberau picks it up deep in Italian territory. McEwen goes in. Loose puck is flipped over to Oberau. Oberau now being chased on the play, and the Italians with 24. Chitteroni getting it out of the zone. 1 minute to go on the period. Cote is back. Another excellent period for the Italians. 1, 2, 3, 4 goals. 3 of them power play goals. I'm talking about the second period. 8 goals in all. Iovio. Cote will get back. Iovio will get on his feet and get off the ice if he can. Pass stolen in neutral ice territory. Hansen goes down. That shot deflected away. Cote very adept at blocking the shots. Beraldo let it fly, and here come the Brits. Tony Hand. Hand gets it right in front. McEwen was there. And the Italians now with time ticking down. Zerillo gets it up. Good goal there. 25, Curcelli.
Somebody all of a sudden has told Curcelli he's a goal scorer. 2 in this game. Tony Curcelli will take him. The 32-year-old defenseman is showing great offensive ability in this game. What a pass from Zerillo. Zerillo had his back totally to Curcelli. Knew he was coming into the play. Didn't even look. He just threw the pass over. Curcelli walked right into it. Put it high into the net. The 5th goal of this period for Italy.
Seconds ticking down as Morrison goes up to check, but the whistle blows. 5 goals in the second period for the Italians. 9-1. Scott for Great Britain picking up the only marker for them, and things are not looking good for Britain.
They need the rest between the periods. They need a talk, and they're going to have to just try and save some pride here, save a little face, come out and try and tighten it up a little in the third period. They're down by 8 goals. Just try and keep their heads above water, get a little bit together, dump the puck in, go and get it, get a couple guys going, see what they can do. But they are really totally being outclassed in this game by Italy. The Italians are a stride quicker, a little bit stronger, and you can see that the Italians have played hockey together before.
That's another thing that we discussed earlier. Playing together, and the British team have not done that at all. You could turn around and say, well, the Americans and the Canadians have come back from the National Hockey League, and these guys haven't played together, but you're talking about NHL players, and that's a different caliber altogether. They can jump into the middle of the ocean and still throw the puck around with ease because they have that higher skill level. But right now it's 9-1. We have 20 minutes of hockey to come. We're taking a break. We'll be back. Stay with us. 1 period of hockey to come up.
Skoda, the official main sponsor of the Ice Hockey World Championship 1994.
Welcome back. We're going to take a look at the highlights now. The teams are taking a break between the periods. Quick start for Beraldo and company. The Italians pick up their first goal of the game. Beraldo working with Iovio. These guys certainly have performed well.
The Italians moving the puck around nicely. A large local support on hand for Italy. And they got themselves into it with this goal coming from Beraldo.
The second goal for the Italians coming up now. They scored 4 in the first period. In case you've just joined us, Zerillo sliding the puck along the ice. The goaltender a little too far over to the post, unable to get back, and Zerillo said, "Thank you very much, I'll take that."
Zerillo pushing the puck into the middle, getting around Cooper, takes a look. He has Topatig on the left, elects to shoot himself, and scores the second goal for Italy.
Number 3 coming up now. Orlando has had one heck of a game. This was his first goal. He's actually picked up a hat trick in the first 2 periods, but that was the first one. It was nice. Burst of speed on the left wing.
He's a sniper, no question about it. Gates Orlando, a class act. Pushes the puck into the middle, walks around Hope. Takes a look, takes his time, keeps the puck on the ice. Mackay going with what he thinks is the way the puck is going to go. Isn't. As he goes left, the puck goes right.
Goal number 4 in the first period now. It really was a solid Italian performance. And that's a cheeky goal. Insult to injury. Orlando, number 2 for him, and that was very nicely taken indeed.
Great goal by the Italians, and once again, the individual skill, lovely on the part of Gates Orlando. DeAngelis with a great pass forward. Orlando was off to the races. One hand on the stick, puts the puck home.
4-0 at the end of 20 minutes of hockey, and the Italians looking like they're going to run away with this. And after 40 minutes of hockey, it was 9-1. Here's goal number 5 coming up. The Italians having a lot of time on the power play. DeAngelis was the guy who set everything up, and eventually Tapati comes in to pick up the second power play goal of the game.
Orlando, Tapati, Zerillo, as we have said many times before, a good goal scoring line for Italy. Get together on this one. Power play situation. Zerillo going down, still gets the puck over to Tapati. Tapati's shot going high into the net, staying there after he had scored.
Goal number 6 now. Orlando in the corner. Curcelli way up from the blue line. The penalties up there on the screen, you can see them. Orlando so cool under pressure. Curcelli coming in. That's the 3rd power play goal and the 6th one for the Italians.
Penalties taking their toll on the British. Curcelli coming in from the blue line, keeps the puck low, and he has the 6th Italian goal.
A bright moment now for the British. Cote took the shot, good save by Rosati, but Scott came in to tidy up a shorthanded goal.
British supporters, a good number of them on hand, had something to celebrate finally. Scott Morrison and Scott trying to get it together. Couple of passes. Nice feed across to Cote, who gets involved. Cote's shot is saved, but Patrick Scott very alertly comes in for the rebound. A good move by Patrick Scott. Bouncing puck, he gets control of it. He has only got to keep his balance and put it in the net, and that's what he did.
6-1, but then Figliuzzi makes it 7-1. Totally unmolested in front of the net.
The British goal not enough to really lift them back into this game. Pavlou to Figliuzzi. Figliuzzi, as you said, Paul, all by himself. Not much of a chance for the goaltender.
Figliuzzi, not a stylish hockey player, but he certainly is a gutsy hockey player. The guy never stops skating. He'll go anywhere on the ice. He likes to get stuck in, and he likes to hit, and he scores goals. What more could he ask for? Orlando on a power play goal, on a power play effort, actually picks up the goal. That's 8-1, and it's the 4th power play goal.
Again, the Brits failed to cover the Italians around the front of their own goal. It is a power play, but there's nobody at all near Gates Orlando. He's all by himself. A rough day at the office for the British goaltenders. First period, it was Mackay. The second period, Hansen's taking a beating.
Goal number 9 now for the Italians. Curcelli thinks he's a forward.
Once again, the Italians coming right in on top of the British goal in full force. Curcelli's second goal of the period. Zerillo with a nice pass over to Curcelli. Curcelli puts it on the forehand, high up into the net. After 2 periods, the Italians out in front 9-1.
We're going to take another break now, but we'll be back in a moment with the live action from the third and final period.
Skoda, the official main sponsor of the Ice Hockey World Championship 1994.
Eurosport Live.
Welcome back. Paul Ferguson here with Richard Beaupre. 9-1 is the score. The Italians leading the British. We're waiting for the teams to come back on the ice. The only goal for Great Britain was picked up by Scott on a shorthanded effort. Beraldo, Zerillo, Orlando, Tapati, Curcelli, Figliuzzi, Orlando again, and Curcelli again. And I have a feeling, Bope, that there are going to be 1 or 2 more coming from the Italian sticks.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that you mentioned that, Paul, but I don't think that this is over yet. There's 20 minutes of hockey left to play. The British really are up against it. I think in their own minds, they felt that they could come out and play a good, tough game against the Italians. But the Italian team is a little underrated as well. On the day, we have seen them play with the best of the best in the world. And on this particular day, they are putting their passes together nicely. Penalties have cost the British, though. 4 power play goals by Italy. You just can't win the game when you're in the penalty box or even hope to be close.
The Italians coming out now, and a lot of familiar names out there. Di Gaetano, Oberau, and the older they get, the better they seem to play. DeAngelis on the defense. A lot of these guys are Canadian-born or North American-born Italians, but so are a lot of the British players. The Austrians are doing the same thing, and the Germans are doing the same thing too.
Brian Leffley, the coach of the Italian team, looking relaxed as he came out of the dressing room. I'm sure he's happier with the way his team is playing. They've put some decent passes together, and they've actually been scoring goals, 9 in this game, and it's not over. They'd only managed 1 goal in their first 2 games. Of course, it was against totally different competition. The Canadians, they got the 1 goal. Against the Russians, they were shut out. But McCourt is the assistant coach. A couple of ex-NHLers there. Leffley and McCourt looking pretty relaxed on the Italian bench right now.
Well, they've got their game plan working. And let's see if the British team can work on those short passes. Tap up along the boards. Chin over the red, fires it in. That goes deep into Italian territory. Danko says no call on the play, and he tells the players to get up. Tapati hits and gets up quickly. Tapati goes hard in the corner. Cooper took him out of the play, but Tapati kept the wheels moving. That's popped in over the red line. Up to the far side, bounces away. Brabant goes after his man. Shot comes in, and that ricochets off the boards. Chin tries to make it work up with O'Connor, or Cooper rather. Cooper over the line, but the offside whistle blows.
Nick Chin taking the puck off the boards, looking ahead, puts it onto the backhand. You can see Ian Cooper going. Cooper takes the pass. Just ahead of the play is another British forward who couldn't hold himself back.
Oberau gets back in a hurry. Farah has that go off his skates, and Oberau picks it up and decides to go the other way. Up to Figliuzzi. Figliuzzi flips it in the corner, and the Brits get back. with Mallow playing a solid game, getting it all the way down the ice. Oberon was back for it. A lot of icing calls out there as the British elect to dump it from their own zone. Farah having words with the officials. Danko still with his hand in the air. Fijliuzi stays out there. That's pushed away by Mallow. And eventually comes up and we'll have another face-off. Morrison was up there right on the blue line. Well, the Italians are treating this like a party.
Farah on the bench, adjusting his helmet, trying to get his hair up into his helmet. The referee having a problem with either something he's wearing or possibly the way he's wearing his hair. I don't know, Paul, but Farah on the bench trying to do something with his helmet.
Mallow to the far side. Cranston breaking up the middle. That pass up on the wing. The British now with the Italians going back. Cranston taken out of the play. Cranston still working in the corner. That's popped up, and we have a lot of Brits caught in the zone. Beraldo feeds it over. Pavlu back to Beraldo. Nice interception by O'Connor. That's back behind the net. Mallow got in front of that to stop it coming out. Tapped up to McEwen. McEwen unable to get going. Cranston to McEwen. McEwen can't handle it along the boards. Comes all the way back, and Cranston just throws it behind the net. McEwen is there. McEwen trying to work with it. McEwen gets a little help from Longstaff. Longstaff has his pass go off a skate. Longstaff is there along with Cranston. Cranston. Shot right out front. Loose puck is there. Still not away. Eventually Oberau picks it up and gets it away from McEwen. Back on the far side. The Italians with a rink-wide pass. Beraldo pumps it in and then goes for a change. O'Connor, good move to get himself away, and then he goes back. And Waits comes out on the far side. O'Connor tips it up on the wing. The British need some solid shots on goal. O'Connor unable to work in over the blue line. Morrison's pass is deflected away. Scott. Play really has broken down here as the Italians. Chitteroni tries to bring it up. Ramoser goes in hard. Puck trickles back, and the British now back on the attack. Kurtenbach. Still with Kurtenbach. All the way through the circle. No one to pick it up. Mason getting back in a hurry. Chitteroni taken out of the play. Kurtenbach is there for Britain. Pass right up the middle. That's a good one. Hand can't get around his man, and that's lost. Long shot comes in, and Kurtenbach gets in front of it. Good move by him. Kercelli drops it back. DeAngelis, pass up the middle. Zerillo fires it along the boards, gets hit. DeToni. Mason flips it forward. Long clearance. Icing is the call. Well, it's not brilliant stuff, but the Italians will be happy with what they see out there. The third period seems to have got very chippy and not as smooth as the first two. 9-1 is the score. And you really don't expect the Italians to do any more than they have to right now.
Well, it's very easy to get relaxed and not be pushing the attack at 9-1. They're also using guys like DeToni now off the bench. Another pretty decent hockey player. He's 21 years old, and it's giving him some good experience. It's also resting the guys like Zerillo and Orlando. Why should they still be out there at 9-1? But the flow of the play has broken down. The passes aren't quite going very crisply in this period like they were in the first two, even for the Italians. The British keep icing the puck. They've at least got to get to center before they dump it in.
DeAngelis, big shot, offside. Faceoff will come out of the zone. Great Britain play Canada in their next game. We saw Canada last night just edge the Germans 3-2, but they really have a powerful squad. The Germans are looking very good. The more they play in this tournament, the better they look. And the Italians play the Austrians.
The local authorities have had their hands full with the Germans, not on the ice, off the ice. They're here in hordes from Germany. They've been sleeping in cars. They've pulled in with caravans. They're really taking the place over.
Frank Morris, the pass, the return pass is a giveaway, and the Italians with Sacratini move it back up the ice. High flip into the corner. And Great Britain are playing this period in their own zone. Morris gets it from Cote. Morris now with a burst of speed. Pass up on the wing, and that's not taken by Conway. Farah with his hair tucked up. Maybe he got a haircut while he was on the bench.
It looks like a totally different guy on the ice. You can still see the beard, but the hair is gone. It has been hidden inside his red helmet.
Nine to 1 the score. The Italians cruising through this one. And basically that's what they're doing here in the third period. They're just doing what they have to do as the linesman goes through his paces trying to stick the rink back together.
He was looking in his back pocket for some super glue or a paintbrush. He couldn't come up with either one of them, so just elected to tear a piece off of that blue strip along the boards.
These guys have to be rink repairers, board repairers. I've seen them repair plexiglass in various rinks, and I've just worked out why I could never be a linesman, because I'm not a handyman. Cranston races to the far side. The puck stays there. Longstaff goes over. Longstaff puts a stick in there. Hope is beaten. Beraldo waiting for the pass. That doesn't come his way. Hope taps it away. Up on the wing. Cranston trying to get at. McEwen is ahead of him. Both of them caught as the Italians come back now. Longstaff rattles it off the boards, and the British in their own zone. 1, 2, 3, 4 players stuck together. Cranston's flip into the zone goes off Figliuzzi. And the British are not making it work, that's for sure. This is not very impressive at all. You can say, hey, we're in Pool A and it's tough out there. Well, it is tough, but you're expected to play at this level. And right now it's not happening. The passes, the long pass again, intercepted. 6 minutes gone on the period. Cooper brings it up, right up the middle. Hand is there, a couple of strides offside. I think it's fair to say, Bopes, that the game in Britain is a lot slower than this.
Oh, most definitely. It is a slower game. The Italians have said that their game was slower than the Swedes or the Russians. Well, the Brits are finding out that their game is even slower than the Italians.
And consequently, a lot of things that the British players do here can't be done anymore. They can get away with it in Britain, but they can't get away with it here.
Well, once again, that's why even the players on the team are saying the domestic schedule should be altered so that the team is allowed to get together, play together, and have enough international friendlies that they are prepared when things like this come up.
I was referring actually to hanging on to the puck as long as they do, making the long passes. They can do that in Britain. The game allows them to do that, but they can't do it here. Back on the attack now. Hand goes to take the shot and trips over his skate. The leading scorer in Great Britain falls down as Figliuzzi comes up. Figliuzzi throws it right out front. Mallow is there to get the puck out of the zone. Curcelli, long pass. Ramoser poked that through. held along the boards, and Pavlu gets it back to the D. Chin goes after his man. Oberau flips it to the near side. Chin forechecking, putting a little muscle in there now. Brabant drops it back. Chin is in front. Cooper tries to get it in front of the goal. Chin is there with Cooper. Cooper allowed to come to the side of the net. Brabant at the side, taken out of the play as Oberau came up with the puck. The Italians with Pavlu breaking on the left wing. The pass comes up to Marchetti. Chitteroni in there. Loose puck now, and Chin grabs it. Chitteroni. Mason went in after him, and that bounces out into neutralized territory. Comploy flips it to the far side. Nice pass right up the middle. Offside whistle blows as Chitteroni was just about set to let the bullets fly here. Yes, he's well and truly offside.
Good call by the linesman. The Italians will change their line. They are using the entire bench now.
Super Mario Chitteroni. Sacratini from the draw gets it back, and Kellen is there to feed it up. Farah, pass up on the wing. That's shot in by Conway. Deep in the corner. The Italians, for once in the game, making a mistake. Morris to the far side. All the way back to the blue. The shot is faked. Another one goes right in along the ice, and it doesn't reach the goal. Kellen pops it right back into the corner. Conway trying to get it out front. A one-timer. Farah was beside the net. Morris on the other side now, as that's popped right back in again. Farah runs into trouble. Cote pushes it high, and it's up on the meshing.
Frank Morris getting involved now. The whistle had blown, but there were a couple guys still having a go at each other.
Danko is taking notes out there. The Italians going to the box. Bartoloni.
Bartoloni going to the box with Frank Morris of Great Britain, having a little wrestling match in the corner after the whistle had blown. Cote had put the puck on the netting above the plexiglass. I was just about to say, Paul, that even when the Brits got a couple of shots off, in front of the goal, there were always two blue shirts. The Italian defenseman not letting the Brits have a chance at any rebounds. If the goalie can make the first save, which is Rosati in this case, he's not in any danger as the puck is cleared away by his defenseman, and the Brits aren't allowed to hang around there.
Cranston now in the face-off circle, gets it back. The shot comes in. Coming up to the 9-minute mark of the period. Cooper goes deep, loose puck in front, and that's deflected away. Cranston breaking up the middle. Moves over, hand now with room to move. Taps that into the corner. Cranston is there and tries to get it out. The shot from Cooper, no steam on it. Rosati got his glove on that. Cranston moved in.
Rosati hasn't had a lot of action. Cooper getting the shot off. It hits a stick on the way. Cranston gets a piece of it as he's taken out by Curcelli. Rosati holds on, and the whistle blows eventually. Players again getting involved with each other off the puck.
Slight adjustment to the goaltender's equipment. Now we get back on the attack. And Great Britain power play situation here. Cooper with time to move, gets it up on the wing. That was high, but brought down. Cooper again, being forced right back to the blue line. His pass far side to Scott. Comes over to the near side. The Brits need a couple of good shots on goal. Long pass over to the far side. And the Italians really pushing the British side out, and this is not something they're used to. The box is coming way out to pressure the British defensemen and the wingers. Cooper back with Oberau shooting it down the ice. Tony is up there killing off the penalty. Long pass on the wing to Scott, doesn't work, and the British team ice the puck.
The Brits will be changing players. Scott, Morris, and Morrison on the ice, trying to get things going. Morris a couple of times calling for the puck behind the goal. It didn't come to him. Frank Morris, the guy that was roughed up by Bertoloni, who's in the penalty box for Italy.
Face-off now in the British zone. Mallow collects and lays it into the corner. 38 seconds on the power play. Bartoloni still sitting in the box. Hand's pass goes back over the blue. Hand picks it up again. Return pass to Hand. This is better stuff from Tony Hand and from the British. 18 seconds on the power play. Conway and Hand working on the far side of the rink. Conway now moves behind the net. Conway getting it back to the blue. Mallow back into Hand, right in front. Farah moved in. Hand all the way back. The shot. Bartoloni gets on the ice. Farah puts it right into Rosati, who has an easy time grabbing that one.
The Italians survived the shorthanded situation. The Brits are working hard. Farah, Conway, and Hand together on the ice. Pavlou is right there with Tony Hand. Conway's shot is smothered by Rosati.
Slappy seems to be having a good time, even if the British aren't. Tipped out over the zone after Brabant had won the draw. Shot right back in. Chin going in now. Chin lays it on DeAngelis, and that comes back to the blue line. Chin unable to get onto that one as Brabant reaches for it too. Good move by Chin to chip it away. Flip back, and the Italians with Sacratini pumping it in the zone. Mason, his pass hits a skate. Again, going for that long rink-wide pass. That's a better pass as the British bring it up with Cooper firing in. Chin is in there too. Cooper moves in behind the net, and the Italians with DeAngelis started back up the ice. The Italians haven't picked up a goal in this period. I think this says something about how they feel about this game. Penalty coming up. The Italians really are just cruising in this period. They're playing a lot of the kids, and they're just dumping the puck out of the zone, playing some defensive hockey. They certainly haven't threatened the British net in a long, long time.
And the British are going back to the penalty box. Something that they really could do with avoiding. Mason going back for the puck. The Italians working it out of their own zone. A couple of good moves by DeAngelis. Play coming toward the British blue line. The pass goes across. High hit right there. Ian Cooper getting involved. Action continued. Cooper goes to the penalty box.
DeAngelis way deep, brings it up. DeAngelis hits the red, fires it in. 12 minutes gone on the period. The Italians now set it up. DeAngelis along the blue line, the return pass. Still with DeAngelis. He's got a lot of time. Lets the shot go. Ramoser lets the shot go from the short side. Goaltender down. And Sacratini tried to squeeze it in there. Mallow gave it to Conway. Conway, another penalty coming up here. Holding is the call. The Italians now go to the box.
That'll even things up. Sacratini putting the grab on Mallow. Cooper sitting in there for Great Britain. Ian Cooper, that is. Mallow working along the board. Sacratini having a good go at him. He's got a hold of Mallow's stick. The action continued, but the referee very alertly made that call as Mallow's stick was grabbed by Sacratini.
Good call by Danko to see that one from across the ice. Vezio Sacratini sits for two. Face-off comes out of the zone. Hand gets it back. Rink-wide pass. Where was that going? Beraldo picks it up. DeAngelis gets it to the far side, and the Italians getting pressure from McEwen. Get it out on the far side of the rink. Iovio and Beraldo. Beraldo was there looking for Iovio. That doesn't work. McEwen picks up the puck. McEwen being chased deep. He rattles that off the woodwork. Hand has it for Great Britain. Hand. Good move to get away from Zerillo. Still with Hand as he comes up to the blue line. Hand unable to work it in. McEwen is over there too. And the Italians quickly get it out. Nice little drop pass. Beraldo losing out to McEwen. McEwen goes down. We have another whistle on the play. Well, this could be interesting.
Beraldo clapping his hands, giving McEwen a little ovation for his dive on the play. Beraldo throwing the puck back into the zone. Missed with a hook, but McEwen went for a jump into the ocean, and it worked. Beraldo shook his head, but the Slovakian referee says you hooked the British player. Whether you like it or not, you will go to the penalty box for 2 minutes.
9-1 the score, just in case you've just joined us. The Italians are leading Great Britain here in the third period. The Italians with a couple of players in the box. Great Britain with just one. And the face-off is deep in the Italian zone. "18 seconds on the British penalty as that goes all the way down the ice. Kellen goes back for it. Kellen gets the pass up. Farah over to the far wing to Brabant. Farah and Brabant now are teamed up. Cooper is out there. That's tipped in right in front. Another loose puck is there. Farah's there with Cooper. And Rosati comes up with it.
Rosati telling Curcelli he's all right. Curcelli with a couple of shoves, making sure the Brits don't get too close to Mike Rosati in the goal. Farah having a sniff for the rebound. Cooper trying to get in there. Curcelli says, I don't think so. Gates Orlando sporting, it looks like 3 stitches under the left eye. Wouldn't have been the first time he's had a black eye, I'm sure.
Brabant dumped in the face-off circle. Kelland throws that over the red line, and Farah moves right into the top of the crease. Hand is at the high slot from beside the net, right in front. Kellen gets it back. Hand moves in. Still with Tony Hand in the corner, all the way back to Kellen. British are taking a long time to set this one up. Hand gets it all the way back. The shot comes in. Loose puck just poked right by the near post. Hand picks it up. 5-on-4 situation there. Farah goes after it. Hand is there. Oberau has the glove out, and Rosati has his glove on the puck.
Rosati doing a good job to cover up. The Brits going close a couple of times. Shot from Hand taken at ridiculous angle. Rosati didn't have trouble with it, but he couldn't handle it as Rick Farah was causing problems around the front of the goal.
The British not taking advantage of the 5-on-3 situation. Still a power play, still in the zone. Cooper into the corner. Behind the net now as Conway goes one way. Scott moves out front now. Back behind the net, Conway takes up a position in front. 39 seconds on the power play. All the way back to the blue. Little tap in beside the net. Conway is there. McEwen swiped at that. And it goes all the way down the ice. Mallow. Mallow coming up now. Hits the red line. Fires it in. Everyone over skating that puck. And we have another whistle on the play as the Italians dump it down the ice.
The linesman trying to find the puck. They're both skating around like they're lost out there. The players get themselves ready for another face-off.
Scott having a word or two with the Italians out there.
Figliuzzi sitting in the penalty box for high sticking. The referee took his time making that call. Figliuzzi finally getting over to the penalty box.
The British need to get shots on goal from good angles. Good move there by Cooper to keep it in. Shot comes in from back at the blue. Cooper one-times it. McEwen over to Cooper. 5-on-4 now. The shot doesn't come. And Brignoli picks it up. Pavlu gets the puck now. Pavlu coming back, taken out of the play. McEwen gathers that. Long pass up to Farah. Scott. Scott whistled that around the boards. I really don't know why. They had possession in the zone. Beraldo right in front. And that didn't work with Comploy. McEwen now on a breakaway. McEwen, that's nice. At the other end, it was Comploy who almost got the touch to put it in the end, put it in the net rather than McEwen gets a breakaway.
That's justice served. Doug McEwen has worked very hard. Finally, he gets a goal for himself. Right at the red line, picks up the puck. He's gone. McEwen's had breakaways before. He knows what to do. Goes to the backhand, keeps it right on the ice, and has a nice goal for himself. Paul, how many times in your commentary have you seen McEwen pull that one off?
How many times have I seen him go to his backhand? He loves to do this with the Cardiff Devils, and he does it very, very successfully indeed. This guy is, well, for my money, the best player on the British team, and that's not taking anything away from the guys there. He is a good skater. He's just a good two-way hockey player. Right in front, goaltender goes down, and the Italians pop one.
Well, that didn't take long. Right back on the scoreboard through Sacratini. Italy have their 10th goal.
Just when the British thought it was safe to get back on the ice, Sacratini with a lot of time.
He had a day and a half to shoot the puck. He picked the spot he wanted. Hansen had to make a move eventually. He goes one way, but Sacratini still has time to put the puck behind him.
10-2 now the score. Ramoser gets up over the blue line, loses out. Longstaff trying to get something going on the far side. That doesn't work. Ramoser picks it up on the right wing. Back onto the top of the slot. Curcelli goes for the far post. And Longstaff picks up the puck. Gets it up to Morris. Morris trying to break through, and he's squeezed out of the plate. DeAngelis puts a big chop on the far side. Longstaff survives the chop and is dropped in the crease. The Italians keep the play moving as the British try to change on the fly. Now the Italians are changing. Brabant goes back. Another whistle on the play here. 10-2 is the score. And the officials keeping these players apart. Maury Hansen hasn't seen a lot of action in this period.
Longstaff, who was going to the bench for a line change, threw the elbow on the Italian player right in front of the British bench. That caused an uproar from the crowd. The referee wasn't that close to the play, but it was easy enough for him to make the call. Longstaff, not a very intelligent penalty by him, elbowing, and the British go right back to the penalty box.
2.5 minutes remaining now as 24. Mario Chitteroni brings it up, looking to find Iovio on the wing. Di Gaetano throws it back, and the Italians just throw the puck around and let the clock tick down. The Italians out hustling, out playing, and outscoring the British in this one. 10-2 now. Good performance from the Italians. They go to play the Austrians, and they would love to have another victory. They want to get into that Final Four. The Canadians will meet the British, or the British will meet the Canadians. Pavlu drops it back. Sacratini, long clearance in. And DeCory tries to work it in neutralized territory. Another whistle on the play with less than 2 minutes to go. Well, the Italian fans that came here to support their boys have not been disappointed. Okay, the third period has been very, very slow, but that's because Leffley has kept his guns on the bench. Zerillo, Orlando, Topatig. I really don't know if they've had a shift in this period. Maybe one. It's been up to the youngsters, and they've done a great job. The Tony is hit hard behind the goal, and it's still kept in the zone. The British will touch it, and that's another penalty.
No question about that one. You called it on the way through, Paul. The punch, well, it was a high hit one way or the other. Boarding is the call. Malo going to the box for Great Britain. High hit by Andre Malo. DeToni felt that one. He bounced right away, though.
Problems right to the very end for Great Britain. Beraldo wins the draw, but the British shoot it down the ice as we come up to the final minute of this game. Pavlu lays it off for Brugnoli, and it's cleared out by hand. Beraldo again gets the puck, hits the red line, puts it on the wing. DeToni right in front. Conway got a stick on it. 45 seconds now on the hockey game as Hand shoots it down the ice. Longstaff gets back on the ice, but really that's not going to change things out there. Comploy taps it on the wing, flipped away. And we have 25 seconds on the period, 25 seconds on the game. The Italians, both very, very impressive indeed, and the British have to go back to the drawing board.
They certainly do. They've got Canada coming up. Things are only going to get harder for the Brits. They haven't faced the Austrians yet either.
3 seconds, and that's the game. 10-2, a convincing defeat. The British, well, as I say, they'll have to go back to the drawing board. They're going to have to look at short passes. They're going to have to look at taking the guys out in front of the net. And they're going to have to look at a lot of things. Beraldo, Zerillo, Orlando in the first period. Topatig, Curcelli, Figliuzzi, Orlando again, and Curcelli again. And then the only goal in the third and final period came from the stick of Sacratini. 1, 2, 3, 4 power play goals. That tells part of the story. Scott and McEwen got the 2 goals for Great Britain.
Very convincing win for Italy. They got their game together. They finally have something to smile about. We said before the game they'd had 1 goal in 2 games. They put 10 behind the British goaltenders in this game.
Earlier on today, the Russians beat the Austrians 4-1, 5-1, the Finns over Norway. Tomorrow, France take on Finland, Russia against Germany. That should be a very good game indeed. The Germans are not as strong as the Russians, but they're a difficult team to play against. The Czech Republic, Norway, Canada, Great Britain, and USA, Sweden. I'm looking forward to that game. The USA are looking very strong indeed. There's a rumor that Roenick is coming over. And we're just going to break here while the national anthem is played.